This might be shocking to hear, but choosing the wrong credit card can dramatically hurt your financial future and put you in a ton of debt. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the only 5 credit cards you need in 2025. And I honestly wish that somebody told me this way before, because the truth is, with the right credit card setup, you can dramatically change your life and make it way better by start getting free stuff, earning more points, benefits, traveling for free, and just overall being able to build your credit. So the very first credit card we're going to talk about is going to be the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So this credit card has honestly been one of the higher ranked credit cards for, several years now. But in this one, it's going to be more geared towards someone that gets a lot of benefit from traveling. This doesn't mean that you have to be an avid traveler to be able to get this credit card and use its benefits. Even if you travel 1 to 2 times per year, you can get a ton of benefit from this credit card. For example, you actually get 2x reward points for anything that's spent on traveling or dining. So the best way to get the most points with this credit card is going to be if you're spending it on flights, hotels, restaurants, and takeout. All other purchases are going to be about 1 point per dollar. However, where this becomes really clutch is when you use those same points to book either travel or hotels through the Chase Travel Portal. It's going to give you about 25% more points versus if you didn't use the portal at all. And the other cool thing with this card too is you can be able to transfer those points from that portal to other programs. So say for example, if you find a cheaper flight through like another airline that's not available inside the Chase Travel Portal, you can be able to use those same points and travel them outside of the Chase Travel Portal and use them elsewhere. So this alone is going to give you way more flexibility if you're someone that's trying to save money and use your points to give you the most value. Also, with this credit card, the annual fee is going to be $95 per year. However, in my opinion, I honestly feel like you're going to get way more value out of this credit card than just the $95 fee you pay every single year. This credit card is also just an overall good choice to have in general, to have in your wallet. So like I said, it's going to be really worth it, and this is why I put this one on the list. All right, now let's hop into the second card on the list, and it's going to be the Capital One Saver. So with this credit card, it's more so going to be geared towards somebody who likes to spend stuff on like fun and entertainment stuff on the weekends, especially if your weekends revolve around food, entertainment, movies, concerts, just enjoying life in general. And the reason I say that is because this card gives you 3% cash back on anything that's related to dining and entertainment. And on top of that, it's going to give you 3% cash back on groceries and 1% on everything else that you buy. So just to break it down, dining is going to include anything like bars, restaurants, fast food, and even takeout. Now, as far as entertainment, you can earn cash back on stuff like concerts, festivals, sporting events, and even movies. And on top of that, you get the same cash back, 3%, by using it on streaming services. So if you have stuff like Netflix, Hulu, HBO, whatever, this is going to give you that same cashback reward versus if you used any other credit card. Also, with this credit card, there's literally no annual fee. So this is why this is a really good option I wanted to put on the list, because you get all these different benefits and you don't have to pay an annual fee for this card. And then lastly, on top of that, there's also no foreign transaction fees with this credit card. So say for example, you were traveling abroad and you just wanted to be able to use this card, you'll not have to worry about any hefty fees involved with any purchases you make outside the country. So now we covered all that. Let's hop into the next credit card on the list, and it's going to be the American Express Gold Card. And I'm gonna be honest, this card is my personal favorite. I don't know why, I just love Amex because they have such a great reward system when it comes to their points. But that's essentially what this card is. If you're somebody that wants to take your points and rewards to the next level, this is going to be a really good option for you. And I'm not gonna lie, Amex is more so like a status card a little bit, and on top of that, you do feel a little bougie when you get that first Amex. So the way their points is broken down is you do get 4x reward points on restaurants and takeout, and that's also worldwide. So even if you're not in the US, you get the same benefits. You also are going to get 4x reward points at supermarkets. So obviously everybody buys groceries. So if you're using this card on a weekly basis, those points are going to start to add up super fast. And with this card, when it comes to traveling, you're going to get 3x reward points when you're booking through Amex Travel Portal. And then for all other purchases, you're going to get 1x reward points. Now, I'm going to be real, the annual fee is a little on the higher side when it comes to this credit card, it's actually listed at $325 every single year. But like I said, if you're already somebody that spends a ton of money on food, restaurants, groceries, and things like that, this is going to give you a ton of different value. So that $325 annual fee is going to be nothing compared to the value this card gives you. All right, now that we talked about that Amex, I want to talk about another Amex I put on the list, and this one's going to be the Amex Blue Cash Preferred card. Now, if the Amex Gold is a little bit too premium and you don't want to pay that annual fee, this credit card is going to be a really good alternative with a lot of the same benefits. So if you're somebody that spends most of your money on everyday items, this is going to be a perfect fit for you. So as far as the benefits goes, you're going to get about 6% cash back when you spend it on groceries on up to $6,000 per year. And then after you hit that $6,000 threshold, it goes down to 1%. Then on top of that, it's going to give you 6% cash back on select streaming services. So like I said, if you use stuff like Netflix, Hulu, HBO, whatever's out now, this is going to be a really good way to be able to collect more points on stuff that you already pay for every single month. And then where it becomes really clutch with this card is it gives you 3% cash back when you spend it at gas stations in transit. So obviously everybody pays for gas, but on top of that, let's say for example, you spend money on Lyft, Uber, and things like that. This will also fall into the category where it's considered transit. If you're looking to just save money and earn points on everyday purchases like gas, groceries, and whatever else you buy on a daily basis, this is going to be a really perfect fit for you. And then on top of all of that, there's no annual fee for the first year when you get this credit card. And then after that first year, the annual fee is just $95. But like I said, with all these different benefits and cash back you're going to get with this credit card, that $95 annual fee is literally nothing for the benefit you're going to get in return. All right, now let's hop into the next card, and it's going to be the Capital One Venture Card. So the main appeal when it comes to the Capital One Venture Card is it's super simple and straight to the point. So if you're looking for a travel card where you don't have to spend in specific categories to be able to get rewards and points, then this is going to be a perfect fit for you, because with this Capital One Venture Card, it gives you rewards for every single purchase you make. So for example, you're going to get 2x miles for everyday purchases. So that means you don't have to spend it in specific categories or spend it in a specific venue, because every single purchase you're going to get this reward unlocked. Another crazy benefit with this card is when you do sign up as a new member, they do have really good welcome bonuses for this credit card. So just make sure you review everything when you first apply, because I'm almost positive you're going to get a really great welcome bonus. There's also other travel perks as well. For example, you can get $120 credit for global entry and TSA pre-check. And on top of that, with this credit card, there's no foreign transaction fees. So say for example, if you're in a different country, then you'll have no hefty fees involved with this card. So if you are a traveler, this is going to be a really great one to have in your wallet. Also, the annual fee for this credit card is going to be $95 per year. However, like I said, if you're someone that's simple, straight to the point, you don't want to have to focus on spending in specific categories, this is going to be a really great option, because you get the same rewards for spending on everyday purchases, and it doesn't have to be a specific category. So here's the thing, when you use credit cards to your advantage and you use them the right way, they could change your life for the better and take you to the next level in life. So I got a question for you guys. Put it in the comments, which of these 5 credit cards do you want the most and why? So put that in the comments. And then as always, guys, I appreciate you for watching the video. Also, if you found value in this video, make sure you like and then also subscribe for future videos so you don't miss out. And then other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.